All right, welcome back to Digital Domain Park as we welcome you back to the 2012 FHSAA Baseball Finals. It's time for the Class 8A Championship game tonight between the Columbus Explorers out of Miami with a record of 28-4 and the Spruce Creek Hawks from Port Orange with a record of 27-4. Along with Mark Schambach, I am Marty Paulman, welcoming you back to Digital Domain Park in Port St. Lucie. And tonight we'll see if Spruce Creek can get the first state championship in the history of their school in baseball. Columbus winner in 2003, runner-up in 2009 in Class 6A, trying to win the first 8A state championship tonight. As you see the starting lineup for Columbus, leading off playing shortstop number 2, Laz Rivera, hitting second at second base number 15, Frank Navarrete, batting third, the third baseman number 17, Danny Lynch, hitting fourth, the DH number 1, Nelson Montpierre, hitting fifth, and left field number 20, Mike Vincent, who was the starting pitcher for Columbus last night, batting sixth at first base number 32, Chris Garabedian. Hitting seventh and playing right field number 25, Mike Obregon. Batting eighth, the catcher number 18, Chris Perez. And hitting ninth is the center fielder number 3, Luis Suarez. And they will face a right-hander for Spruce Creek. This is Griffin Fuller, a junior. Kyle Marsh last night pitched 6 innings of shutout ball to prove 11-0. Fuller 8-1. This is his 11th start. And the first pitch is a ball 1-0 to Rivera. 13th game, 61 1/3 innings pitched, allowed 42 hits, 10 earned runs, 10 walks, 52 strikeouts, and a 1.14 ERA for a Spruce Creek team that had a team ERA under 1 on the season as they beat Timber Creek 8-0 in last night's semifinal as Columbus beat Palm Beach Gardens 7-4 in their semifinal. 1-1 pitches hit into right field, but this will be a play out there for Darrell Whaley. He will make the catch for the first out of the game. Defensively for the Spruce Creek Hawks, who are coached by Johnny Goodrich. Joe Weber is the head coach of Columbus. At first base, it's Casey Bell. The second baseman, Thad Adamak. At third base, Charlie Sala. The shortstop is Kyle Marsh. In the outfield, Zach Spivey in center. Austin Hayes in left. The right fielder is Darrell Whaley. Jordan Brown behind the plate, as this is a foul ball off the foot of Frank Navarrete. And on the mound tonight is Griffin Fuller. You see the defensive alignment there for Spruce Creek. So 0-1 the count, 1 out, nobody on, just underway in our 8A championship game. Earlier today in 7A, Venice defeated Brandon 4-2 to win the 7A state championship. There's a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-2.
I think if we put that graphic back up, the defense, Kyle Marsh is playing shortstop tonight, the starting pitcher from last night.
Yeah, Kyle Marsh is at shortstop. He pitched last night a shutout over 6 innings, and he will be hitting second in the lineup tonight. Here's the 1-2 from Fuller, and hit in the hole. Marsh has the play. Nice backhand throw across is not in time as it bounced a couple of feet in front of first base. An infield hit for Navarrete, who in the semifinal last night had 2 hits and an RBI, and he gets on base with 1 out in the first. Good speed there by Navarrete. Nice play by Marsh, who you see there in the hole, but unable to quite get the throw over to first.
A pretty nice throw from the hole for a kid who threw close to 75 pitches plus last night.
Made it look pretty easy, though, against Timber Creek, as Spruce Creek got 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the third, and really rolled from there. So here is Danny Lynch, the third baseman, who fouls it off near the Columbus dugout, and it's 0-1. Johnny Goodrich has had 2 different stints at Spruce Creek. Was there in the late 90s, early 2000s. They went to Merritt Island for 3 years, came back to Spruce Creek in 2009. Has almost 200 wins at the school. Go to first, runner back in. On the other side, Joe Weber, in 17 years, almost 400 wins as a coach at Columbus, including a state championship in 2003. 0-1 is hit into left field for a base hit, just past the glove of the third baseman, Sala. Navarrete heading to third. He'll get there standing. And it's back-to-back singles for Columbus here at the top of the first. First and third, 1 out. An early rally here against Spruce Creek.
Danny Lynch, senior, leading RBI man on the team. Had a good year thanks to the man following him, Nelson Montpierre, the designated hitter, protecting him all year.
And Montpierre last night with 2 hits, 2 runs scored, and a walk, as Columbus got to a 5-0 lead against Palm Beach Gardens. The Gators of Palm Beach Gardens got back to within 5-3 knocking Mike Vincent from the game, but then Yency Almonte came in and dominated, going 3 in the third innings to pick up the win in relief as Columbus won 7-4. One out, first and third, and a chance for Montpelier to get another RBI. As the pitch misses low and inside, 1-0. Montpelier, a sophomore. Left-handed hitter.
First and third situation. Good chance they'll put a runner in motion. Good 31 move.
Fuller looks the runners back. Fuller has good numbers. Not as good as Marsh's, but they're pretty good numbers as the number 2 starter for this Spruce Creek team. They really got him a lot of attention by beating Olympia 8-1 in the region final. Up in Region 1. Olympia was undefeated, ranked number 1 in the country at the time. Throw again to first. Not close. But Fuller's working on Danny Lynch right now.
Looking to keep him close, keep the double play in order. Like to get out of the inning with one pitch here. Ground ball up the middle to turn 2.
1-0 misses outside, and it's now 2-0. And now Jordan Brown will head to the mound to talk it over with Fuller.
Somebody was telling me Jordan Brown, as a sophomore, is taking some college credit courses already as a sophomore. One of the more intelligent players on the field. Like having a coach right there behind home plate.
Columbus fans now up. First finals appearance for Spruce Creek. First chance to win a state championship as it's fouled off into the left field side, and it's now 2-1. Fuller, a junior. Look at this Spruce Creek team. Charlie Salent, Thad Adamak, and Darrell Whaley are seniors, and after that, everyone else will be back for Coach Goodrich next year. Outside for ball 3. It's 3-1 to Montpelier. Mike Vincent, who had 2 doubles, 3 RBIs last night, waits on deck.
Well, outfield in right. Good respect for Montpelier if he pulls deep. Center field average depth, left fielder average.
And that's ball 4, a little bit high and outside. So bases loaded, 1 out as Montpelier walks. Single walk. And now a really dangerous hitter in Mike Vincent, who coming into the semifinals was at .289 with 2 home runs, 19 RBIs. Yesterday hit a double to the left field warning track and then hit another double to the right field warning track later in the game and drove in 3 with 2 doubles. He had 3 hits on the night. On the mound, not his best performance, only made it 3 2/3, but the team got the win.
Marty corners up, coming home with the ground ball.
Breaking pitch in for a strike to Vincent, 0-1.
Middle infielders playing back for 2 in the middle.
All right, second and short back. And pitch a little bit outside. It's 1-1.
Well, after 2 sharp singles, Fuller has gotten a little cautious, trying to paint.
One is inside, 2-1.
He's nibbling at those corners, but now falling behind 2-1 gives the hitter a little more confidence and knows he can look for a pitch in the strike zone.
And the 2-1 pitch. Hit to short. This could be 2. On to second for 1. To first. Get time. Double play. Double play started there by Marsh. Flips it to Adamak, and the throw was in the dirt, but what a scoop there by Casey Bell. A 6-4-3 double play gets Griffin Fuller out of the first inning as Vincent hits into the DP. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on base. We go to the bottom of the first. No score. Columbus nothing. It's Spruce Creek coming to bat in our 8A state championship game here on the FHSAA network. We'll be back to Port St. Lucie in 1 minute.
Also check out the baseball page on FHSAA.org for a list of championship game replays. the FHSAA Championship here at Digital Domain Park.
Here at the bottom of the first, no score as Columbus had the bases loaded with 1 out, and Mike Vincent hit into a double play. So Griffin Fuller gets out of the jam, and now Spruce Creek up to hit in the bottom of the first. Here are the lineup for the Spruce Creek Hawks. Number 1, leading off is number 1, the center fielder Zach Spivey. Hitting second and playing shortstop tonight is number 8, Kyle Marsh. Batting third and left field, number 22, Austin Hayes. Hitting fourth, the DH, number 23, Chandler Rodriguez. Batting fifth and third base is number 2, Charlie Sala. Batting sixth and catching, number 9, Jordan Brown. And hitting the 7th spot, the first baseman, number 4, Casey Bell. Batting 8th, the second baseman, number 6, Dad Adamak. And hitting 9th in right field, number 7, Darrell Whaley. And they will face the left-hander, Luis Collazo. 6-1, his 14th appearance, 9th start. 47 innings pitched, 37 hits, 7 earned runs. 22 walks, 55 strikeouts, a 1.03 ERA for the senior Collazo. Lefty-lefty matchup to start against Spivey. And that pitch misses inside, 1-0.
Collazo looks like a typical crafty lefty. Going to work the inner and the outer halves of the plate.
1-0 is low, 2-0. Spivey last night against Timber Creek, 1 for 4 with a stolen base, also drove in a run. As Spruce Creek got off to a 2-0 lead and never trailed. Third base is playing in here. On the 2-0, Spivey showed bunt and then pulled it back, took a strike 2-1 defensively for Columbus. At first base, Chris Garabedian. The second baseman, Frank Navarrete. Danny Lynch is at third. Laz Rivera at short. In the outfield, Mike Obregon in right. Luis Suarez in center. The left fielder is Mike Vincent. As there's a base hit up the middle into center field. Chris Perez is catching today, and Luis Collazo on the mound. He gives up a leadoff single to the Spruce Creek center fielder, Zach Spivey. So Spivey goes right up the middle to lead off the game. He's at first with nobody out. And now here is Kyle Marsh playing shortstop tonight. And we mentioned last night Mark, who he had back-to-back no-hitters in the district championship and regional quarterfinals, and yesterday continued his scoreless pitching, 6 innings, and only gave up 2 hits, struck out 7, no walks. He continues to be impressive as a sophomore.
Funny thing is, he's dominant as a pitcher, but he really loves to play shortstop.
And the first pitch fouled off to the right, out of play. Marsh yesterday 1 for 3 with a single and a walk.
Fans in Miami would refer to that play as the Butcher Boy play. I call it the slash bunt. He shows bunt like he's going to sacrifice. As the pitcher comes out of his set and starts to throw, he pulls the bat back and takes a hack while the infielders are crashing.
0-1 is bunted up the first base side. This is going to be a problem, but a flip, and it goes up the right field line. Collazo probably wouldn't have got Marsh anyway, and it's going to be brought in by the right fielder. All the way to third goes Spivey. Marsh to second on a mistake by the pitcher, Collazo.
Marty, that's going to be a base hit and an error.
Yeah, and I think you're right. I thought Marsh was going to beat the throw. Garabedian didn't come up from first to cover it. Collazo really didn't have much of a play once he got there.
That ball hugged the dirt lane. Once Collazo made the decision it wasn't going to roll foul, he thought he might be able to make a great play and grab and flip in one motion, but went wide of the fielder, and it cost him 2 base runners moving up a base each.
As you said, now already a meeting on the mound as Collazo made the play but flipped it. So flipped it down the first base line, not even close to first base, so it is a single and an error on the pitcher.
Well, Coach Joe Weber is simply saying now, look, they bunted once, expect him to possibly bunt again here, even though it's a 3-hole hitter. If they did any scouting, they know Hayes has got good foot speed. But more than anything, he's just trying to calm their nerves. And this is a championship game. They haven't been back here since 2009. Wants to set them at ease, say, hey, guys, let's just treat this like a baseball game. Let's start executing, make the routine plays.
Yeah, what did they bunt 6 or 7 times yesterday against Timber Creek? I think 5 or 6 went for base hits.
Three consecutive bunts, if I recall.
Here is Austin Hayes, as you mentioned, the left fielder, and the first pitch taken low and inside, 1-0. That was 3 consecutive in that 4-run third inning. Hayes yesterday was 2 for 4, 2 singles, 2 runs scored. Spruce Creek yesterday against Timber Creek had 8 hits and 8 runs. The 1-0 down the middle for a strike, 1-1.
Hats off to Zach Spivey, the center fielder for Spruce Creek. Any other team would love to have Austin Hayes roaming center field. It's a tremendous luxury to have literally 2 center fielders to cover 2/3 of the field.
1-1 the count, second and third, nobody out. Here in the bottom of the first, no score, and that's in for a strike. It's 1-2.
Well, with 2 strikes, you want to throw a breaking ball, but you have to have a lot of confidence in your catcher to block up everything in the dirt.
Luis Collazo, 1-2, is hit to second sharply. Only plays to first will score a run as the play made by Navarrete, but scoring is Spivey. It's an RBI for Austin Hayes as he hit that ball sharp on one hop to Navarrete. And Spruce Creek takes a 1-0 lead, just like they did yesterday, jumping on top in the first inning.
Well, Coach Weber taking the long-term approach there. Not going to play the infield in with just no outs in the beginning of the game. Elected to give up a run for an out there, played the middle infield back, and had he not, that ball would have probably scored 2. That would have been a smoked ball into the outfield.
So Marsh the third with 1 out. Here is Chandler Rodriguez, the DH. 1-0, Spruce Creek takes the lead as the pitch misses 1-0. Yesterday, Rodriguez was 1 for 3 with a single and RBI. Was hit by a pitch and scored a run.
Well, so far, Spruce Creek has been able to capitalize on their base runners.
1-0.
Looking to add more.
Swing and a miss there by Rodriguez. Good fastball by Collazo. It's 1-1.
Collazo, sneaky fast. Lives and dies by hitting the corners, though.
1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. Quickly 1-2. Columbus state champs in 2003. State runner-up in 2009. Also state runner-up back in 1973. So 1-2 all-time in state championship games. Now infield comes in on a 1-2 to Rodriguez. And he hits one down the right field line. That's going to get out of play into the seats. It remains 1-2. And all of a sudden the infield shifts in with 2 strikes. Not expecting a bunt, but I guess expecting trying to cut off that run at the plate.
Well, interesting second thought here by Coach Weber. Basically expecting more of a defensive swing with 2 strikes. You hope he doesn't give away the flare, though, on the poke bat.
And he fouls it back to the screen, does Rodriguez. It remains 1-2.
A lot of times that hitter protecting that outside corner will stick his bat out there and hit a little flare over the first baseman's head. That could be a something that could happen here. Here we are in the finals.
Infield in on all 4 positions.
Big boys playing 8A finals.
1-2 outside, and it's 2-2. Or 8A championship game tonight. The first time they'll crown a champion in Class 8A. The first year of 7A and 8A. And earlier today, Venice defeating Brandon 4-2 to win the 7A title. And popped up by Rodriguez down the right field side again, and again that's going to get out of play into the bullpen. So again another 1-2. Rodriguez in a battle with Collazo. With a runner at third, that's Marsh, and 1 out again. Pitch on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Good fastball again by Collazo, and this time he's able to get it past Rodriguez for the second out. First strikeout for Luis Collazo, and now 2 outs. And a chance to get out of the inning with only 1 run scoring as Charlie Sala, the third baseman, bats.
Big out right there. Infield can back up.
Charlie Sallow, one of those seniors on this team, a left-handed hitter. Last night with 2 RBIs, 2 singles, or 1 single and a run scored. First pitch up and in, a ball, 1-0. We mentioned Sallow will be heading to USF not to play baseball, be a biochemical engineer. He has a 4.4 GPA at Spruce Creek. So this will be the last time he'll play on the baseball field tonight. And for a strike, 1-1. Like to help get his team a state championship. Coach Goodrich said one of his better on-base percentage guys and gets a lot of clutch hits as he fouls it off. He was jammed inside over to the dugout. It's 1-2. Columbus advanced to Port St. Lucie with wins over Miami Southridge 4-0, Miami Killian 6-4, and Hialeah 1-0. And for Spruce Creek, we mentioned their win over Olympia 8-1 in the region final. Also 1-0 over Flagler Palm Coast, 4-3 over Haggerty. Then last night they beat Timber Creek 8-0. So they've taken out a lot of the Orlando area baseball powers. And Columbus advanced to the semifinals with a win last night over Palm Beach Gardens 7-4. 1-2, again inside, and he's jammed and chops it foul over first base side by the Columbus dugout. It remains 1-2. One run in for the Hawks here in the bottom of the first. Zach Spivey led off with a single. Kyle Marsh bunted, reached first, throwing arrow by Collazo, moved him to second, and Spivey to third, then Austin Hayes driving in Spivey with an RBI ground out. And then Rodriguez strikes out, so now 2 outs. And the runner's still at third. The 1-2. Sal again jammed, and he barely gets a piece of it, but he stays alive. 1-2.
Well, you cannot have a let up after that big strikeout. You got a base open. You got to hit your spots. You're throwing lefty on lefty, so you would like to throw a breaking ball away right here. Get this guy maybe chase something in the dirt.
1-2 is over the glove of Collazo up the middle. Going to be a tough play, and it's thrown away past the first baseman. Garabadian down to second. Goes Salas. Scoring is Kyle Marsh. It'll be an error charged to the shortstop, Laz Rivera, although it might be a base hit. I don't know if Rivera would have had it. It was going to be close, but Laz Rivera made the play up the middle, then threw the ball wide at first base. So it's 2-0 Spruce Creek.
Well, he tried to sneak a fastball by him on the outside part of the plate. Got good fat part of the bat on it, drove it up the middle. I think the better pitch call there might have been the breaking ball in the dirt, but with the runner at third, again, it puts a lot of pressure on your catcher. So may have just got a little bit too much of that plate trying to get it further out.
So for the second night in a row, Spruce Creek gets 2 runs in the first inning. They lead it 2-0. That is going to be a hit and an RBI for Sala. And the error charged to Rivera will move him to second. So 2 errors in the inning for Columbus as first pitch to Jordan Brown is a ball 1-0. Jordan Brown, sophomore catcher. And the 1-0 on the way is inside, 2-0.
Jordan Brown has played on many a travel team since he was 8 years old. Played for his father with the Stingrays of Daytona, South Daytona. Played for Tom Barbary with Florida Cat. And probably has spent some time as a guest player for several other organizations.
2-0 the count, the runner at second and 2 outs.
Experience beyond his years as a catcher.
That time, the Columbus catcher, as Perez was crossed up, almost missed the pitch. And now out to the mound to talk it over with Collazo. It's 3-0. Tough start for Luis Collazo. And Columbus defense, although he made one of the errors himself, hasn't helped the cause. So it's 3-0 to Jordan Brown. The pitch on the outside corner for a strike 3-1.
If he can command that part of the plate right there, he will have easy sailing the rest of the way. That ball is about a ball off the plate. Umpire's giving him a strike on it. He needs to wear that spot out. Catcher shifting inside now.
And the 3-1 is fouled back underneath us here in the seats. Full now 3-2.
Unless you're extremely overpowering. The key to pitching, keeping hitters off balance, moving their eyes, making sure you hit spots that are less than power hitting pitches.
3-2. Brown hits it into right field near the line, coming over. It's going to drop for a base hit. Here comes Sala. The throw to the plate's not in time. Down to second goes Brown, and it's 3-0. Good job by Jordan Brown, just dropping that ball inside the right field line and out of the reach of Mike Obregon out there.
Well, McPadden, the courtesy runner for the catcher, taking his position out there at second base. Jordan Brown heads up, saw that the cutoff man wasn't going to cut the ball, even without blazing speed, took the extra base, now back in scoring position.
And I think that is going to do it.
Sean McPadden is going to be the courtesy runner.
I think that's going to do it maybe for Luis Collazo. He's allowed 4 hits, 3 runs, and has gotten his team behind as, again, to the mound.
He's been penalized every time he's made a mistake pitch. Spruce Creek has taken great opportunity.
Joe Weber to the mound to talk it over. 3-0 Spruce Creek. All singles in the inning. 4 singles. And RBIs for Hayes, Sala, and Jordan Brown. And McPadden will be the courtesy runner at second. Now they'll keep Collazo in.
That was another fastball up in the zone that Jordan Brown stayed inside the ball, drove it to right field, dropped it 2-3 feet inside the foul line.
Here is Casey Bell, the first baseman. Casey Bell at 300 coming in with 10 RBIs, no home runs. Takes the first pitch for a strike, or a ball, pardon me, 1-0.
First pitcher up in the bullpen is number 11, Ryan Gura. Gura, 5'10" senior.
Bell last night 1 for 3 with a single and a run scored. Guerra warmed up last night, pitching the dirt. It's 2-0. Collazo is behind again. I have a feeling he is living on borrowed time right now.
Gura, the right-hander. Only left-hander on the staff is Luis Collazo.
2-0. Bell is the 7th hitter in the inning. Runner first 2 outs, second and 2 outs. Already 3 runs in for Spruce Creek. And the 2-0. It's up high, ball 3.
Well, Bell's looking to deliver the knockout punch right here. Do believe he's down to his last hitter if he doesn't retire Bell.
Well, we'll see as the left-hander looks in, and the 3-0 on the way is down the middle for a strike, 3-1. Tad Adamak on deck, the second baseman.
Plenty of baseball to play. We've seen plenty of leads get squandered in this tournament so far.
Swing and a miss. It's now full 3-2. So Collazo comes back with 2 fastballs to get back to a full count.
Our champion Venice battled back in a semifinal game from a 4-run deficit after the 1 inning, and it went on for a championship.
3-2 is hit down the right field line. This is going to get out of play into the bullpen. Oh, was the Obregon falls on the bullpen mound out there.
The configuration down there, you see the darker dirt and the lighter dirt. The lighter dirt near the rubber is obviously elevated, so that's a warning track. It cuts into the fair territory there so that somebody running doesn't have to look and find out where is that elevation going to come from, because if anybody ever not known a step was coming, you're going to trip.
All right, so full again, 3-2 to Casey Bell. Collazo looks to second, and the pitch on the way, and it's called strike 3.
That's that spot. He found that spot and got his out.
Got him on the outside corner. 2 strikeouts in the inning for Collazo. But meanwhile, Spruce Creek gets 3 runs on 4 hits, 2 errors in the inning, and 1 runner left on base. We go to the second in our 8A state championship game. Spruce Creek 3, Columbus nothing here on the FHSAA network. Back to Port St. Lucie in 1 minute.
Gatorade, is it in you?
Marty Paulman, Mark Schambach back with you from Digital Domain Park in Port St. Lucie. Our coverage of the 2012 FHSAA Baseball Finals. And this is the 8A State Championship game. We go to the top of the second. Spruce Creek now leads Columbus 3-0. And here is Chris Garabedian, the first baseman, to lead off. 6, 7, and 8 for the Columbus Explorers. And the top of the second, Columbus had the bases loaded with 1 out in the top of the first. And Mike Vincent hit into a double play. Griffin Fuller getting out of the jam. And then Spruce Creek answers with 3 runs on 4 hits in the bottom of the first. And how big is that, Mark, when Columbus could have gotten out to a 1 or 2 run lead. Instead, Spruce Creek gets a double play, and then they get 3 runs of their own. Well, baseball, it's a game like this, it's going to be huge.
Defensively, Spruce Creek was flawless, and the 2 errors cost Columbus.
1-1 is hit foul off to the left out of play. It's 1-2. Reminder, tomorrow we'll be back on the air at 10 a.m. and the 2A semifinals will start. Westwood Christian out of Miami, St. Petersburg Canterbury will move to 1A in the afternoon with 2 semifinals at 1 and 4. Hit into left field and moving in and making the play
Austin
on the run
nice
is
catch.
Austin Hayes. Yep. Garabedian, a sinking liner, but Hayes on the run makes the play, 1 out. Here is Mike Obregon. The right fielder. First pitch on the way from Fuller, breaking ball, and that's hit into the corner. That's trouble. Going to be 1 hop off the left field wall. Obregon will stop at first. And a good throw in from Hayes. That is a long single from Mike Obregon. 3rd hit of the game for Columbus, but down 3 runs. He decides not to become the second out of the inning at second base.
Well, I mentioned earlier, Hayes is like having a second center fielder. Was on the run, picked up a great carom right off the wall, and in one motion was throwing that ball up back into the shortstop, Kyle Marsh. Probably would have had an out if the guy would have tried to take 2. That was a beautiful throw all the way from the warning track.
Yeah, right off the warning track by Hayes. And now Perez hits the first pitch into left field for a base hit. Obregon will stop at second, and all of a sudden, Columbus again with back-to-back singles. They have 4 hits now, and again first and second with 1 out.
Well, it looks like Yency Almonte is going to be our courtesy runner now.
Almonte came in last night in relief. 3 1/3 innings. Gave up 1 hit, 1 run, and got the win in relief. He struck out 5, and at one point he struck out 4 in a row. So he'll run it first for the catcher Perez. Now the number 9 hitter for Columbus, Luis Suarez.
Fuller not fooling anybody right now, but he is just with a 3-run lead going after, pounding the strike zone, trying to give his team an opportunity to make some defensive plays for him.
Well, pitch is in for a strike, 0-1.
Kevin Suarez did squirt a bunt. Not sure if he was just trying to check and see what the defense was going to do. Did not offer at a strike.
0-1 for Fuller is A little bit low and inside now, 1-1. Kyle Marsh allowed 2 hits in 6 innings last night. Fuller's allowed 4 hits in an inning and a third so far tonight. The 1-1 pitch is a little bit outside, and Suarez was able to check his swing according to the first base umpire, so it's 2-1.
He checked it right up to the edge of the line for sure.
Runner at second is Obregon. Runner at first is Almonte. 1 out. Columbus threatening, though, trailing at 3-0. 2-1 is down the middle for a strike, 2-2.
Suarez, the center fielder, sporting the old school look with the high stockings, with the perimeter bands going around him.
And the 2-2 on the way from Fuller is hit back out of play into the seats. Remains 2-2.
Well, 3 hard hit balls in this inning so far. 2 went for base hits. 1 nice catch by Hayes out in left field. He needs to get the ball down so he start getting some ground balls.
Another 2-2 on the way, and instead Fuller looks Obregon back to second. And now back to the rubber.
Location, location, location. Gotta hit your spot right here.
And 2-2 is hit right to first. Oh, the play goes to second, and it hits the runner.
Well, Casey Bell made a nice diving play to keep the ball in the infield to save a run from scoring.
Hey, he did a nice diving play. Suarez gets the first. You wonder if he didn't have a chance to get to first base, maybe get the out, but he was heading to his right. So he tried to make the throw to second to get the out. The ball hit Almonte and then bounced off the glove of the shortstop Marsh. So the bases loaded with 1 out. 5 hits now, 3 hits in a row for Columbus. And back to the top of the order, Laz Rivera. But he did save a run there with that play, did Casey Bell, moving to his right. Now the infield comes in at first and third. Rivera 0 for 1 with a fly to right, leading off the first inning. Misses outside, 1-0. Boy, 5 hits now for Columbus, 4 for Spruce Creek.
Well, every run is precious right here, but I do believe Spruce Creek would be happy to give up a run to get an out right here. They're going to get an out wherever the ball takes them.
1-0. Breaking pitch is hit just foul down the third baseline. And it now is 1-1. So Spruce Creek leading at 3-0, although they've been out hit 5-4. But for the second inning in a row, the Miami Columbus Explorers have the bases loaded with 1 out. Last inning, Mike Vincent hit to a double play. We'll see what happens with Rivera here. Count is 1-1 with 1 out.
Rivera with leadoff speed. Be tough to double up.
Fuller's pitch is hit back to the screen again, and it's now 1-2.
Fuller has not recorded a strikeout yet. Is that correct?
He has not. He has 1 walk, no strikeouts.
No, he would be very happy with either a pop-up, ground out.
Instead, he throws to third. Ooh, almost picked off Obregon at third. Fuller looking quickly over there. Sala was covering.
Outfield respectfully deep.
1-2 is hit foul again off to the right here, out of play into the seats.
Jordan Brown, excellent catcher blocker behind the plate. Look for a breaking ball in the dirt right here.
So another 1-2 on the way. It is in the dirt. Good call as Brown, though, gets in front of it.
A little bit further outside the strike zone toward the batter's box on the left-handed batter's side. Trying to be careful, but don't want to go 3-2 here.
So 2-2 the count. And the pitch again from Fuller is chopped foul again. Third base side, and it remains even 2-2.
Well, Fuller, good velocity on his fastball, but he's not locating his breaking ball, so hitters are sitting on the fastball.
Spruce Creek 27-4 coming in. Columbus 28-4. Fuller So it looks in with another 2-2. That's popped foul again off to the right, out of play. Nice battle here between Laz Rivera and Griffin Fuller.
Good location, outer part of the plate. Spoiled a good pitch right there.
So 2-2 again with the bases loaded and one out. Breaking pitch fouled off again. Rivera
pulled the string either through a slow breaking ball or a straight changeup that had Rivera out in front. If he'd have kept it down a little bit further, may have gotten the tapper back to the pitcher there.
So another 2-2 on the way. And Rivera pops it up. This might be playable. No, it looks like it's going to get into the seats.
Second row, fifth row.
Yeah, it gets behind the Columbus dugout. And another 2-2 coming from Fuller, who's getting up there in pitches already. Had to work out of that bases loaded one-out jam in the first. He's got another one here in the second.
Corners up, middle infield, playing for two in the middle.
So again, the 2-2. Hit into center field, and this is trouble. But now backing up, making the catch out there is Zach Spivey. You're right, the run will score as Obregon comes in. Almonte to third, and Suarez will stay at first. An RBI for Rivera, and it's now 3-1, and the runners will move up. But that is the second out of the inning.
Tremendous at bat there by Rivera, fouling off numerous pitches. Finally driving the run in. Just happened to hit it to the wrong part of the park. Got Spivey covering just about everything but the water behind him in the ocean.
2 outs. That was a well-hit ball, but Spivey covers a lot of ground out center, made the play. So 2 outs, a chance for Fuller to get out of the inning without further damage, but a good hitter here in Frank Navarro at the second baseman. He singled in the first. Was left stranded. And breaking pitch inside, 1-0. So it's 3-1 now.
I'm not sure if it's his release point or just he's not getting a good grip on the ball, that he's throwing that breaking ball, just hanging it a little bit.
First and third, 2 outs. The 1-0 is hit into left field. But backing up is Hayes. He'll make the catch. And like you said, Fuller not really fooling anyone, but he's getting out of jams. 2 innings in a row, Columbus has had the bases loaded with 1 out, and they only got 1 run out of it. 1 run in this inning on 3 hits, no errors, 2 more left on base. 4 left on for Columbus through the first 2 innings. We go to the bottom of the second. Spruce Creek 3, Columbus 1. And our 8A state championship game here on the FHSAA network. Back to Port St. Lucie in 1 minute.
Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
I think they just saw me kind of pointing over there. They're alert.
All right, we go to the bottom of the second. 3-1. Spruce Creek leading Columbus in our 8A state championship game. And boy, a long first inning and a half, as the 2 teams have combined to leave 5 runners on base. 4 for Columbus. Spruce Creek left 1 on, but Spruce Creek got 3 runs on 4 hits in the first. Columbus with 1 run on 5 hits in the first 2 innings. They've had the bases loaded both those innings. They got only 1 run out of it. So Spruce Creek got to be pretty happy to be in the lead after the first inning and a half, as Thad Adamak, the second baseman, will lead off. The 8, 9, and 1 hitters coming up for the Spruce Creek Hawks in the bottom of the second. Spruce Creek 27-4, Miami Columbus 28-4. Our 8A state championship game. First pitch from Collazo, and is outside 1-0. Collazo probably lucky to get out of the first inning himself. He did strike out 2 but he gave up 4 hits and 3 runs.
Couple hits, infield variety. At least one little bunt single.
So it's 1-1. Looking in is Collazo. 1-1 is in for a strike. 2-1. Or 1-2, pardon me.
It's never a good sign when you start the inning with somebody already in the bullpen and it's only the second inning.
Both teams. Lefty in the Spruce Creek bullpen. This was low and inside, 2-2.
Yeah, I think Coach Goodrich was watching the same elevated fastball getting teed off on that we were.
That's going to be
Fuller.
Bossy, I guess, Andrew Bossy, left-hander in the bullpen. A hit into right field, and boy, perfectly played out there by Mike Obregon. He was way in, but that was the right place to be on the ball by Thad Adamek. It's 1 out. You mentioned the right-hander in the Columbus bullpen. Guerra again, looks like. So 1 out. Here's Darrell Whaley, the right fielder.
Whaley trying to turn it back over to the top of the order. Wants to get on base, so create some havoc out there.
Even when they retire a hitter, and Collazo does, he pretty well hit ball as it was there by Adamek. There's a strike to Whaley, 0-1.
Yeah, had they not been playing shallow, which they still are, that ball would have been a routine single.
This is outside, 1-1. Earlier today in the 7A final was Venice defeating Brandon 4-2. Second state title for Venice in their baseball program's history. 1-1 hit into left field, backing up and still backing up. Boy, had to make a little bit diving play. It was Mike Vincent out there, and he is down on the ground, but he makes the catch for the second out. I think that ball took Vincent by surprise. Took part of the turf out, too, out there in left field. Anybody got some sand? Anybody got a wedge?
Replace all divots.
The divots, yeah, as Vincent took part of left field with him, but now 2 outs.
Well, the spin off the left-hander's bat, making the ball tail away from him, plus a little bit of a gentle breeze up high above the stadium overhang. A little bit of a jet stream on that ball.
So here's Zach Spivey, the center fielder leadoff batter, who singled, scored, and the 3-run first for Spruce Creek. Ball misses outside, 1-0. We are at the spring training home of the New York Mets, also home of the Florida State League A-Ball St. Lucie Mets. Digital Domain Park in Port St. Lucie. 4th year hosting the FHSAA baseball finals. They're in 2012. Count is 2-0 now from Collazo. He's yet to walk a batter. And that's in for a strike, 2-1. Has a lot of 4 hits, 3 runs, has 2 strikeouts so far.
Collazo looking much more effective here in the second inning. Face the bottom of the order from the windup.
2-1. That's hit into left center. Vincent, that will move a little bit to his left, make the play, and it's a 1-2-3 inning for Luis Collazo in the second. Spruce Creek goes quietly in the bottom of the second, and we go to the third. Spruce Creek 3, Columbus 1 in our 8A championship game here on the FHSAA network. Back to Port St. Lucie in 60 seconds.
Spruce Creek 3, Christopher Columbus 1. Please visit C2Cschools.com, the official sports management system of the FHSAA, for all of your school and sports information. C2C provides parents, students, and fans with schedules, scores, rosters, pictures, driving directions, and much more. Visit your school on C2Cschools.com today.
Marty Paulman, Mark Schambach back with you here in Port St. Lucie. We go to the top of the third, and Spruce Creek leads Columbus 3-1. 3, 4, and 5 coming up for the Columbus Explorers. It'll be Danny Lynch, the third baseman, leading off. He singled and was erased on a double play later in the inning. Actually was left stranded in the first inning. And Columbus has left 4 on base so far. They have 5 hits. The Spruce Creek's 4, but they've committed 2 errors, none for the Spruce Creek Hawks, and Spruce Creek leads at 3-1. First pitch on the way from Griffin Fuller, misses low and inside 1-0. Our game tonight, once again, the 3rd day in a row, we had a rain delay. Our 7A championship game was supposed to start at 4:05, started about 4:50, about 45 minutes late. There's a drive into center field, but here is Spivey again covering a lot of ground, moving over to left center field, making the catch. Route number 1, Lynch flies out to center. And then this game was scheduled to start at 7:05. We started around 7:40, so once again, not as long as the last couple of days. We had a 2.5-hour lightning and rain delay yesterday, about a 2-hour delay on Friday. So just a little bit behind tonight, but hopefully no 11:30 finish tonight as we've had the last 2 nights. 1 out. Here is Nelson Montpierre, who walked his first time up, takes the first pitch for a strike, 0-1.
Good sign there for Fuller. Dropped the curveball right where he wanted to, inside corner.
0-1 on the way.
Another
Being
one.
a miss. Boy, looking better this inning is Fuller so far. He gets out of Montpierre 0-2. The dimensions at Digital Domain Park, 410 to straightaway center, 338 feet down the left and right field lines. Looks like the bullpen empty now on the Columbus side as the pitch misses outside 1-2. And now Spruce Creek done as well. And the bullpen on the third base side. There you see Digital Domain Park, spring training home of the New York Mets. And there's strike 3. Called strike 3 as Montpierre takes it down the middle. First strikeout of the game for Griffin Fuller, and quickly 2 outs here.
Well, there's a perfect example of how having an effective breaking ball can set up your fastball. Literally froze Montpierre on the inside corner.
2 outs. Mike Vincent, the left fielder, hit into a double play with the bases loaded and 1 out in the first. 6-4-3 double play. This is low and outside 1-0. Just noticed that Fuller likes to get the ball, swing around with his glove, and then start peering towards the mound. He works quickly, too. Breaking pitch misses a little bit outside, 1-1.
Now here's the contrast in 2
2-0,
at-bats. Got ahead with 2 breaking balls, fell behind with 2 breaking balls. Let's see what the payoff pitch is here.
2-0 on the way with 2 out, nobody on, and he jammed Vincent inside and tried to check his swing, but he fouled it off. It's 2-1. We had good crowds on this Sunday. By the way, the first time we've ever played Sunday baseball in the baseball finals. Swing and a miss, 2-2. Good fastball by Fuller thanks to the new 2 classes, 7A and 8A. This is an 8-day event now, so Sunday baseball being played for the first time. 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back Ks for Griffin Fuller. He blows that one by Vincent. And after loading the bases the first 2 innings, Fuller gets a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd. Both pitchers settling now as we go to the bottom of the 3rd. Spruce Creek 3, Columbus 1 in our 8A championship game here on the FHSAA Network. Back to Port St. Lucie in 1 minute.
The FHSAA Baseball Championships possible. Team IP, the official merchandising company of the FHSAA. Gatorade Thirst Quencher, is it in you? Pinch and Penny Pools, patios and spas, the perfect people for a perfect pool. Sports Authority, your baseball authority. Balfour, makers of official FHSAA championship rings. Glossy Finish, the official photographer of the FHSAA. Filter, the ultimate surface experience. Florida Virtual School, online education. Anytime, any place, any path, any pace. Sun Sports and FSN Florida, the exclusive television homes of the FHSAA Finals. Right Now Sports Network, the official cable partner of the FHSAA. And Batted, who supply the official baseball for the 2012 FHSAA Baseball Finals.
Welcome back to Port St. Lucie. We go to the bottom of the 3rd, and both pitchers settling down a bit. Collazo, who allowed 3 runs in the first. Luis Collazo for Columbus gets Spruce Creek 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 2nd, and then Griffin Fuller for the Hawks, who loaded the bases in the first 2 innings but got out of the jams with only 1 run scoring, gets Columbus 1-2-3 as we move to the bottom of the 3rd. Still 3-1 Spruce Creek. And Mark, you kind of get the feeling that Columbus really missed an opportunity those first 2 innings, not get a few more runs. Fuller looks to be settling down a bit.
Well, you never know how long you're going to have to get those opportunities. As a starting pitchers typically settle down once they've gotten around the order once. The runs come more sparsely.
So the bottom of the third, 1, 2, 3, 4 due up for the Spruce Creek Hawks. Kyle Marsh, the shortstop, will lead off. He scored in the first inning, 1 for 1. Spruce Creek getting all 3 of their runs in the first. Columbus with a run at the top of the second as Marsh fouls that one back to our left.
It's an interesting contrast between 2 different types of communities and different types of schools. Columbus, parochial school, playing in the 8A category as a private, and it's an all-boys school. Spruce Creek, on the other hand, is you're more of a laid-back beach community type public school.
Yeah.
So you've got definite contrasts there. Most famous recent graduate of Columbus is center fielder for the St. Louis Cardinals, John Jay.
John Jay, the University of Miami, and now the Cardinals, part of that world champion team last year. 1-2 the count to Kyle Marsh. Also was a founding father of the United States of America. Fouls back to the backstop. Every time I hear his name, John Jay, I think of I think of the Constitution. Shares his name with one of the Constitutional Convention members. We won't go back that far. I know too much history, I guess. The 1-2 is called strike 3 in the outside corner. Marsh strikes out. Collazo has 3 strikeouts. He's now set down 5 in a row, 1 out in the third. Remember John Jay, though, playing center field for Miami. Coming to a lot of regionals and super regionals up in Gainesville, and was always a very good hitter. It's good to see him make it up with the Cardinals.
Well, he's made it up, and he's going to be there for a long time, it looks like.
Austin Hayes drove in a run with a ground out in the first. Fouls that one back. That's a little bit below us, and it's 0-1. 1 out, nobody on here in the bottom of the third. 3-1 Spruce Creek leading Columbus.
Yeah, Collazo seems to have hit his groove. He's pounding that strike zone, hitting his corner spots.
This is outside, even at 1-1. Trying to see if Jay was a member of the 2003 state championship Columbus team.
Pitch on the way.
1-1, misses low, 2-1. Two and 1 the count with 1 out, nobody on. Pitch from Collazo is fouled back to the screen again. Good job of hitting by Hayes to foul that back. It's 2-2. Yes, he did win the state championship with Columbus in 2003. Second round pick, 2006 draft from University of Miami. Hit foul over by the third base side, and John Goodrich bobbles it, and of course the students of Spruce Creek give him a hard time. Down there at the third base coach's box. 10th year overall at Spruce Creek. 2 different stints for Johnny Goodrich. And the 2-2 again from Collazo. Misses low with now full 3-2.
Well, if Goodrich does stay, he's got a son at the school that's just a sophomore. If he stays, I actually see sort of a mini dynasty in the making happening right before our very eyes here. Got power sophomores on the roster.
Full 3-2. Hit into center field. And Suarez will back up a few steps. He'll make the play, and now it's 2 outs. Again, Collazo is now retired. 6 in a row, 2 outs. And here's Chandler Rodriguez, the designated hitter, struck out in the first. Yeah, we talked about that earlier. Sala is a senior. Adamek and Wiley are seniors. And that's it. They're going to have back Bell as a junior.
The impact player is Marsh,
Hayes,
and his battery mate Brown settling the pitching staff. The word is in that county is that they are kind of the place to be. It's becoming a destination program, and a lot of players are trying to figure out ways to get an address that puts them into that school district.
1-0. This is outside 2-0. Located in Port Orange, South Daytona area in Volusia County.
Because of the many foreclosures, there's plenty of empty vacant houses. Anybody who wants to move to Spruce Creek, it's a good time to look for a house.
That's happening everywhere, but true. 2-0 the count. Collazo fells behind Rodriguez, and outside for ball 3, 3-0.
And likewise, I'm sure there are plenty of homes in and around the Christopher Columbus homes that are needing a residence. So If you're listening outside the state of Florida, best baseball probably in the United States right here. State of Florida, Sunshine State.
3-1 the count. 2 out, nobody on.
This message was not paid by the Convention and Visitors Bureau of the state of Florida.
3-1 hit back to the screen. Now full 3-2. Go buy a foreclosed house.
We need your money.
Well, that's true.
Well, folks, the weather's beautiful here. 78 degrees. We've got ideal conditions.
Looks like we lost our wind tunnel behind us. Hit up the middle, and nice backhanded play. The throw is in time. Good play up the middle by Frank Navarrete. And throwing off balance makes the throw to first in time to get Rodriguez by a couple of steps. And Collazo is now retired, 7 in a row. 1, 2, 3 goes Spruce Creek in the third. We go to the fourth. Spruce Creek 3, Columbus 1 in our 8A championship game here on the FHSAA network. Back to Port St. Lucie in 1 minute.
Do you want to become or stay involved in high school athletics? There's a role for you to play as a contest official. Opportunities are available for both students and adults to get back to the sports you love by refereeing or umpiring contests in a variety of sports, including baseball. Visit becomeanofficial.org to learn how you can register as a contest official with the Florida High School Athletic Association.
All right, we head to the top of the fourth. Spruce Creek continuing to lead Columbus 3-1. Marty Palmer, Mark Schambeck with you from this 8A state championship game on the FHSAA network. And we'll have 6, 7, and 8 coming up for the Columbus Explorers in the top of the fourth. Chris Garabedian, the first baseman, will lead off. He's 0 for 1 with a fly to left. Steven Strasburg today for the Washington Nationals. 8 strikeouts, and he hit his first home run. Believe it or not, the guy can hit. Unfortunately, he then left the game with tightness in his biceps. Jeez, can't get a break. First pitch to Garabedian, misses 1-0. Garabedian, Obregon, and Perez do up. That's in for a strike, 1-1. Again, all the runs for Spruce Creek in the first. They scored 3. Columbus scored a run in the top of the second. That's where we are here in the top of the fourth. Hit down the left field line, and that's going to slice foul into the bullpen and out of play into the seats 1 and 2. Tomorrow we get it started again at 10 a.m. in the 2A semifinals. It'll be Miami Westwood Christian taking on St. Petersburg Canterbury. As that misses inside 2 and 2. At 1 o'clock, it's 1A semifinal, Union County and Hilliard. Another 1A semifinal at 4 o'clock between Bozeman and Holmes County. And then tomorrow night, the 2A semifinal at 7. All Saints out of Winter Haven and Deltona Trinity Christian. Tuesday, the 1A championship game at 4:05. The 2A championship at 7:05. And then Wednesday and Thursday, we'll go to classes 3A and 4A. 3-2 fouled off into the seats again. And Garabedian stays alive with a full count. The sun is set, 78 degrees, and not much wind at all. The right field flags are not moving at this point. Full count pitch, up high, ball 4. So Fuller loses Garabedian. Second walk of the game for Griffin Fuller, and Columbus gets a leadoff run here in the top of the fourth. Mike Obregon, he singled, scored the only run of the game for Columbus in the second inning.
Well, I'm just observing here, third baseman put defensive bunt coverage on, see what they're going to do here. Now Jordan Brown's going to come out and have a talk.
Well, it's funny how earlier in the day, when you have games earlier in the day, everyone sits underneath the press box in the shade. At night, everyone moves behind home plate. Everyone's behind the dugouts and out of the sun now. Here comes first base and third, well in on Obregon, taken for a strike, 0-1. There's a truck out in right field. It's been there every day. I keep thinking if you hit it, you win. I think that's what it is. You hit the sign, you win a truck out there in right field. I don't know if that applies to the high school players. Up and in. And the first base umpire says no swing, 1-1.
Saw a game this year end on a play similar to that right there. Only the batter got hit by the ball, but the umpire called him out on strikes. It would have been a walk-off hit by pitch.
Oh.
Bases were loaded. Instead, he got called out for swinging when he checked, just like you saw right there. That was Lake Howell.
He got hit by the pitch.
Robbie Champagne was at the plate. Got drilled right in the chest on a play just like that.
1-1 jammed inside. This might be two. Fuller to second for one. On to first, and it got him a half a step. 1-6-3 double play. Fuller started it. And boy, Marsh was taken out down there by Garabadian, but he made the throw in time. Just got Obregon. Now 2 outs. And Spruce Creek turns the double play for the second time today. The bases loaded, 1 out in the first. They turned a 6-4-3 DP. So 2 outs. There's Chris Perez, who singled in the second inning.
Kyle Marsh is a tough cookie. He dropped down to make sure that runner got down. Threw that ball across just in time.
A UCF commitment only as a sophomore. Kyle Marsh breaking pitch in for a strike, 0-1. He's most likely going to be pitching, I think, at the next level. Not playing shortstop, but you never know.
Till yesterday, I would have believed that, but I've talked to a number of people that say he really only pitches because it helps the team. He really just enjoys playing shortstop, and based on what I just saw right there, he showed why.
1-1 now to Perez, down level for strike 1 and 2. Now hold on, I was going to ask you about this. So he was hit. How did he get caught out on strikes? He was hit by the pitch.
It was 2 strikes. As instead of him being called as a hit by pitch
in the dirt,
they said that he tried to swing at the ball, and so it was called a third strike swinging on beyond the check swing. And he took.
But I've never heard of that.
Believe me, I was astonished as I watched it unfold. I couldn't believe the umpire behind the field umpire is the one that called him out without even being appealed.
Well,
it was bizarre.
I've never heard of that. In any way, that sounds like a hit batter.
It would have been a walk-off win. Instead, it became
extra inning.
Actually, I take it back. It would have tied the score.
Okay. Here's another 2-2 to Perez with 2 out, nobody on, and Perez was jammed and fouls it back to the backstop. Remains 2-2. The Spruce Creek Hawks looking for their first state baseball title. Columbus Explorers looking for their second, winning in 2003. As we said earlier today, the first 7A state baseball title went to the Venice Indians, who edged Brandon 4-2. Venice's second state title. Chopped foul and out of play. Down the third base side, still 2-2. Venice previously was a winner in 2007 in 5A, and they went today in 7A over Brandon, who is now 3 times a finalist and lost 3 times in the state championship game. 2-2. This is, called strike 3, outside corner. Good pitch by Fuller. He pulled the string on the outside. Fuller with 2 strikeouts, and after a leadoff walk, a double play and a strikeout gets him out of the bottom of the 4th. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 walk, and nobody left on base. We now head to the bottom of the 4th inning. Spruce Creek 3, Columbus 1 in our 8A state championship game here on the FHSAA network. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Visit Malport.com for the keepsakes that last forever.
All right, we go to the bottom of the fourth, and Spruce Creek continuing to lead at 3-1. We've settled down after a first inning and a half where the two teams combined for all 4 of their runs and all 9 of their hits. The pitchers have taken over since then. Columbus, with those 2 errors, led to the 3 runs in the first for Spruce Creek. Griffin Fuller and for Spruce Creek and Luis Collazo for Columbus have also settled down since the first couple innings. And for the Hawks, we'll have 5, 6, and 7 in the bottom of the fourth. Charlie Sala, Jordan Brown, and Casey Bell due up. After tonight, we'll be halfway done.
We are halfway through this ball game, and we are close to being halfway through the tournament circuit.
We are after tonight. 12 games down, 12 more to go. We go through Thursday this week in Port St. Lucie, and then everyone go enjoy the Memorial Day weekend next week.
I'll be heading down to the Perfect Game Effect down in Fort Myers. My son.
More baseball.
More baseball.
That's right. There's a strike on the outside corner to Charlie Sala. It's 0-1, and I actually plan on taking in some college baseball back in Gainesville, where I live, Florida, in the regional, super regional. And then I'm the same way. I want to see more baseball. And then hopefully some Major League ball this summer with the Rays. And
2 big conference tournaments, one in DeLand. The
Atlantic Sun.
A-Sun is in DeLand, and the Big East is over in Clearwater.
0-1. Sala hits it over, and diving play, almost coming up with it is Rivera. But again, Sala bloops one in, and he did that last time up too. He blooped one down the left field line, drove in a run in the first. This time he bloops one again down that side, and Rivera couldn't come up with it. Sala's 2 for 2. And the Atlantic Sun tournament will be held in DeLand, but it won't be. The only Florida team that made it was Florida Gulf Coast. University of North Florida and Jacksonville University did not qualify.
My nephew, Austin Lippett, will be playing with the Upstate Spartans.
USC Upstate, yeah.
First year leading the conference with best record, I believe.
Okay.
And
the
first year eligible for tournament play.
Yes, they are. Number 2 seed behind Belmont. They've had a good year in baseball. Located in Spartanburg, South Carolina. The other conference tournament, the Big East, is going to be held over in
at the Bright House Stadium over there in Clearwater.
There's Jordan Brown showing bunt, and throw is set to first base. Brown singled in a run in the 3-run first. He's 1 for 1. For Spruce Creek, that is their first runner since the first inning. Collazo had retired the last 7 in a row. 5th hit of the game for the Hawks. And the pitch on the way is outside as Brown pulled the bunt back. It's 1-0.
Jordan Brown, a textbook bunting stance. His knees are bent. He's getting his eyes down near the strike zone. He's got his bat head fully out in fair territory, out in front of him, within his peripheral vision. Young man has been trained well. Hats off to his coaches along the way.
Sophomore Jordan Brown. Coach described him as a throw to first. Doesn't have a lot of power, but he definitely can hit for contact.
Well, the right fielder has found a spot that Brown dropped one in and is shading in and over, trying to take away that foul line where he dropped one in last time.
Showing bunt again. Boy, second base all the way in, and Brown swings away, swings and misses, and it's 1-1.
If we see that bunt coverage again, folks, that's a unique bunt coverage. Instead of the second baseman covering first, first baseman charging. First baseman stayed at home. Second baseman charged all the way in, straight in, taking that full right side.
And Navarrete, here he comes again. He'll sneak up near the mound.
And Brown pulls back and swings away.
Misses again, 1-2. Good fastball again by Collazo. And now with 2 strikes, Brown, most likely the bunt's off anyway.
Puts a little palpitation in, but don't count Jordan Brown out from bunting again. An excellent bunter, even with 2 strikes.
Filled in at third again. And here comes Navarrete from second, and he may back off again as Brown swings and hits it off the foot of the pitcher and into left field. Stopping at second is Sala. And it was a perfect defense, but unfortunately Brown went up the middle and hit it right off the foot of Collazo. First and second, nobody out. Brown's 2 for 2, and we'll have the runner at first, McPadden again. Well, that foils that defensive plan. Swinging away was Brown after missing the last 2.
As an ex-coach, I love seeing those kind of plays executed because It takes so much concentration.
And here comes Joe Weber. This may be it for Collazo, as we have a right-hander down in the bullpen.
I think this may be a medical visit, just checking to see if he's okay.
Well, and he's really, nope, he's done. Really settled down since the first inning, but gets in trouble here in the fourth, and before they get any further behind, Joe Weber's going to go to the bullpen. Looks like they're going to bring in Ryan Guerra, a right-hander. Ryan Guerra is the closer most of the year, 2-0 with 7 saves. His 17th appearance, the only one start on the year, 34 innings pitched, 12 hits and 8 earned runs, 8 walks and 35 strikeouts, a 1.63 ERA. Ryan Guerra, a 5'10 senior.
A lot of confidence in Guerra. Nobody else throwing in the pen. They're handing over the ball to the man they trust the most.
So 3+ innings pitched for Luis Collazo. He allows 6 hits so far, 3 runs. Runners at first and second are his responsibility. No walks and 3 strikeouts, and really almost didn't get out of the first inning, but settled down after that, but gave up the 2 hits to lead off the inning, and that drives him out of the game. As Casey Bell will be the first hitter to face Guerra, and actually they are going to get Brian Garcia now, the right-hander, down in the Columbus bullpen. But you think, looking at Guerra's numbers, this is a guy that Coach Weber does trust, and we'll see he can go as long as he can with him in the game.
Marty, reminder, Sean McPadden in to run at first base for Jordan Brown.
For the second time today, McPadden ran back in the first inning, was left stranded. Brown 2 for 2, Salad 2 for 2. They both driven in or combined for 2 RBIs in the first inning, and middle of the order doing a good job for the Spruce Creek Hawks in this ball game so far.
Well, Casey Bell may be greeting Guerra with another bunt, seeing how he fields the ball. And they've kind of confounded the defensive attack of Columbus with the Butcher Boy play here.
Butcher Boy, I like that.
Well, that's a Miami term. I call it the slash bunt.
Okay.
But it's an illegal play in youth baseball down in Tamiami Park, where they have over 1,000 young players coming up, but because it's dangerous for little kids to get caught in that charging motion, and they're just trying to teach kids how to play the game right and come field the ball. But as you get into these situations, the only way you can counter a defensive move like what you see here is to put plays like that in that are going to keep people honest.
Well, Garabadian coming up this time from first base. Now the second baseman and shortstop head over, and Bell pops it up into right field. Obregon to make the play. Now the first base and second baseman aren't covering because they're moving. Otherwise, that's possibly a double play. The runners were on the move, but Bell pops up to Obregon, 1 out.
Well, ironically, if everybody was playing back, that would have been an infield fly.
Well, that's also true.
Second baseman would have probably been camped out under that ball, and everything would have, all bets were off.
You definitely had a chance at a double play there, but
so Coach Goodrich giving Casey Bell the green light to swing away there, almost dumped one in for
little
another
surprised.
base hit.
Thought it'd be another bunt there for Bell.
I was surprised they didn't bunt there, but there was defense up in his grill, so the only way to get that bunt down would have been to bunt it down third, make the third base, and field the ball.
All right, here's Thad Adamek, who is 0 for 1 with a fly to right. Runners at first and second, now 1 out. Again, second baseman covering near the bag. And
be honest with you, Marty, when I first saw that play in motion, I thought they were setting up a unique pick play. A lot of times when you have that many people in motion, there's something fishy going on, and there's going to be a spin move pick play somewhere.
And now it is a bunt.
There's the bunt for a base hit.
Guerra, though, bobbles the ball, and now he has no play. Guerra came off the mound pretty quickly, had a play, but then he bobbled it. Then no chance to get Adamek. The bases are loaded with 1 out, and there's the bunt you were looking for. It's an infield hit. Once again, Adamek's 1 for 2, and the bases loaded with 1 out.
Well, like I said, you have to swing away occasionally. Even if you don't get the hit, at least you make the defense play honest.
So now a chance for Darrell Whaley, the right fielder, the number 9 hitter, to bring in a run or two. The infield will come in now, all 4 positions, as you see Chris Perez directing the Columbus infield. This is a big spot in this game. Spruce Creek trying to add to a 3-1 lead here in the bottom of the 4th.
So we got Sala at third.
Sala
we got
at third.
McPadden at second.
Adamek at first.
Good wheels all the way around on the bases.
Left-hander Whaley at the plate, and he fouls it. back to the backstop, 0-1.
Outfield extremely shallow in center and left. And for that matter in right. This is JV league configuration for the defense. They're not going to allow anybody to score on a flare here.
And the outfield is well in as well. The 0-1 is outside, almost a pitch out, and it's 1-1.
There's more real estate behind the outfielders than grass in front of them right now.
Approaching 9 o'clock on this Sunday night. In the bottom of the fourth with the bases loaded and 1 out. 1-1 on the way to Whaley. Shows bunt again.
And it's a squeeze.
It is, and the run will score. And the out is made at first.
He did drag the foot across the bag and did get an out.
Yeah, Navarrete able to keep his foot on second. The first base coach for Spruce Creek not happy about it. And Whaley's still standing over there. He is out, but he does get the RBI. Now Johnny Goodrich going to come over and argue, but the run scores. Sala comes in, and we saw this yesterday against Timber Creek 3 or 4 times. The safety squeeze again, and it drives in another run to make it 4-1. The put out does go 5-4.
Well, that looked like a straight out suicide to me. It looked like the runner was in motion. I'm not sure. I wish we had a replay on that, because either way, once he laid the ball down, there was no other play than to go to first base. The runner got a great jump.
Oh, we're going to have a discussion now. First base somewhere.
All Coach Goodrich is asking is an appeal to see if there was anything else that was seen from a different angle.
That play made by the pitcher or the third baseman? I'm sorry.
You know what? There was so much going on.
Yeah.
I do believe it was the pitcher.
Yeah, it was. It goes 1-4. Throw almost took the second baseman, Navarrete, off the bag, but it is an RBI for Whaley. He gets a good hand from the crowd. It's 4-1. Second and third, 2 outs. And top of the order is Zach Spivey. He's 1 for 2 with a single run scored and a fly to left. And you almost wonder if they don't try a bunt again with 2 outs.
Well, the first baseman certainly is worried about it. Again, this may be a pick play right here.
Now, the baseball term, the suicide squeeze, and this is the one that I've followed baseball for a long time. It's outside 1-0. The suicide squeeze is hitting for the hit, or bunting for the hit.
For everyone out there that's right there with Marty, the suicide squeeze is the runner is leaving as soon as the pitcher breaks his hands and is going to deliver the ball to the plate. So regardless whether he gets the ball down or not, it's almost like he's stealing home.
Yeah.
And it takes any chance away from them getting a scooped ball to the catcher from the pitcher to get an out at home plate.
Well, 2-0 the count.
The safety squeeze is a bunt that's down where the runner follows the third baseman as he comes to field the bunt, waits for him to field it. As soon as he throws across, then he's gone home, and there's really no chance of a play at home.
2-1 the count. Now I remember. Suicide squeeze. It's definitely the terms fit.
Yeah, it's aptly named because if the runner doesn't get the sign and he swings away, the base runner is practically to the dirt circle by the time the batter's swinging.
2-2 the count. Spivey will step out.
Not to mention if he misses it, the runner's going to get tagged out at home most of the time.
4-1 the score. 2 outs, and the runners at second and third. A 2-2 on the way from Guerra is hit softly to second. It's a bad hop over Navarrete into right field. 2 runs are going to score. The throw to the plate is not in time. The throw to second is not in time. Oh, they call him out. Spivey, I thought, was on the bag. All right, well, now Johnny Goodrich is either upset at Spivey for arguing. He is. He's actually upset at his player. But a bad break for Columbus there. Should have been an inning-ending out for Frank Navarrete. It bounces over his head. 2 runs will score, and Spruce Creek leads at 6-1 as we go to the top of the 5th in this 8A state championship game here on the FHSAA network. A lot going on here in the 4th. 3 runs come to the plate in the inning on 4 hits. There were no errors, and 1 runner, actually none left on base. We go to the 5th, 6-1. Spruce Creek leading Columbus here on the FHSAA network. So that's a hit and an RBI.
Individual medallions and team trophies will be presented to the runner-up and championship teams in the field immediately following the conclusion of tonight's championship game. We encourage you to stick around and join us as we recognize the players and coaches from both teams.
All right, we go to the top of the 5th. A big inning there for Spruce Creek, as they got 3 runs on 4 hits, no errors, nobody left on base. It's 6-1 now as we start off the top of the 5th with a ground ball up the middle. Adamak has it, and on the first pitch, Luis Suarez, the number 9 hitter, grounds out 4-3 for Columbus, 1 out. But that is the play of the game so far. Again, it's 4-1, a ground ball to second base. Looks like it's going to be a play for Navarrete. Takes a bad hop over his head. 2-run score. The Spivey at the plate. He gets 2 RBIs on the single. He's thrown out at second for the 3rd out of the inning, but the score is 6-1. 3 in the first, 3 in the 4th for Spruce Creek. Columbus only run coming in the top of the 2nd. 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Spruce Creek. 1 run, 5 hits, 2 errors now for the Columbus Explorers, who face a 5-run deficit against Griffin Fuller. And that's it for a strike, 1-1. 1 out, nobody on here in the top of the 5th.
Well, Fuller feeling relaxed, throwing that breaking ball right on the outside corner. Now the fastball on the corner.
Ooh, a little bit low, I guess.
Excuse me, outside the corner. That looked pretty good.
I didn't know where it missed. A little low, maybe outside. It's 2-1. And the 2-1 now from Fuller quickly is hit up the middle, and a nice dive there by Marsh, but he'll have no play. Kyle Marsh diving to his left, knocked it down. It'll be an infield hit for Laz Rivera, who's 1 for 2 with a sac fly today, and that's the 6th hit of the game for Columbus. He's at first with 1 out. Close the book on Luis Collazo. 3 innings pitched, allowed 6 hits and 5 runs, all earned. No walks, 3 strikeouts, and the book is closed on Collazo. Ryan Guerra now in the game. Here is Frank Navarrete, who's 1 for 2 with a single and a fly to left. Or a toss to first, and Rivera back in. A big inning there for Spruce Creek in the 4th to extend their lead to 5.
A little malfunction on the big scoreboard out there right now. We do not have 3 outs.
There's 1 out. And that pitch is a strike, 0-1 to Navarrete, outside 1-1. Marty Paulman along with Mark Schambeck with you from the FHSAA Baseball Finals in Port St. Lucie, Digital Domain Park, the 2012 Finals. 8-8 championship game. That's hit into right field, and on the run, making the play is Darrell Whaley. He'll throw back to first, but Rivera is back in. Standing, Navarrete flies to right. He's 1 for 3, 2 outs.
I'll tell you, I'm impressed with this entire outfield of the Spruce Creek team. They track the ball well. They all have excellent arms. They communicate well. And they're into the game. Their positioning seems to be just perfect every batter.
They still got the lefty in the Spruce Creek bullpen warming up. Continuing to be Griffin or Andrew Bossie, and it's like they, that's not another right-hander down there, just someone warming up. 4 2/3 for Fuller. He's allowed 6 hits and 1 run so far, with 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. Well, Danny Lynch pops it into left field, and Hayes will make the play, and that's the 3rd out. Fuller gets through the inning, and after a rough first 2 innings, where he allowed 5 hits and 1 run, he's allowed only 1 hit since. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, a runner left on for Columbus in the top of the 5th. We go to the bottom of the 5th in this 8-8 state championship game. Spruce Creek 6, Columbus 1. You're watching the 2012 FHSAA Baseball Finals on the FHSAA Network. Back to Digital Domain Park in 1 minute.
Participants in officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, or sexist comments or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, Team representatives or spectators will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Your cooperation is appreciated. With 25 years of experience and expertise behind it, Pinch A Penny is now the world's largest franchise pool care company. Because of Pinch A Penny's unmatched commitment to customer satisfaction, it has been able to offer its knowledge and assistance to millions throughout the Southeast. Pinch A Penny, the perfect people for the perfect pool.
So it's hard to see.
All right, we go to the bottom of the fifth, and it's 6-1. Spruce Creek leading Columbus in our 8A state championship game. And the Columbus Explorers back in the field. You see the totals there, 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Spruce Creek. The Hawks have only left 1 runner on base in the game. 1 run on 6 hits, 2 errors for Columbus. The Explorers have left 5 on. And we'll have 2, 3, and 4 up for the Hawks in the bottom of the fifth. Kyle Marsh, 1 for 2, singled, scored in the first, struck out looking in the third. Ryan Guerra starts his second inning of relief for Luis Colazo. And the first pitch is a strike, 0-1. Now we do have a right-hander in the Spruce Creek bullpen. Must be Chris Hopkins, who came in last night, 6'5", tall right-hander. Pitched the 7th inning of the game against Timber Creek. Up and in, 1-1 to Marsh. And now looks like, again, the Columbus bullpen will get busy. That was the right-hander, I think Garcia, who was up earlier. Back out there. Misses low and outside, 2-1.
Yeah, confirming it is number 25, Hopkins.
He finished the game last night for Spruce Creek. 2-1. Breaking pitch is a little bit high and inside, now 3-1. And the 3-1 on the way from Guerra is hit high in the air to left field. Vincent will now back up, and he will make, oh, he drops it. All the way near the warning track. Into second is Marsh. He's going to head to third, and he's going to get there. Marsh was not really running that hard to first.
He rounded first, looked up, saw it touch the man's glove, kind of looked away in disgust.
Boy, Vincent's having a rough day out there in left field. Earlier he slipped on one. Still made the catch. This time just dropped one in his glove. It's an E7, third error of the game for the Columbus Explorers, and Marsh gets to third. You know what? If Marsh is running, he maybe comes home on that play.
Marty, did you say number 10, Brian Garcia, is down in the Columbus pen?
I did. Is that not correct?
That is correct.
Okay.
Confirmed.
Thought I was wrong.
Just confirming.
Infield comes in again. The runner at third, nobody out. As Austin Hayes takes the first pitch outside. 1-0 Hayes with a RBI, a ground out, a fly to center. He's 0 for 2.
Well, one thing you better do before you play Spruce Creek, you better work on your bunt and bunt coverages and alternative plans, because they do mix it up here. Nobody out, looking to drive one through the infield.
1-0. Outside corner for a strike, 1-1. Vincent was the pitcher last night for Columbus. Was knocked out in the 4th inning, but had 3 hits and 3 RBIs. Tonight, having some problems in left field, although it is his first error of the game. It's a big one. Spruce Creek has another runner at third with nobody out. The 1-1 is on the inside corner for a strike, 1-2.
Austin Hayes given the green light to swing away here, not seeing a pitch he likes yet.
Almost wonder if, let's say it, tell you, or finish what I'm thinking in a minute. As the 1-2 hit into center field.
That ought to get him home.
Yeah, Suarez will back up. Marsh to the plate. The throw is cut off. They will make a throw to the plate, but the catcher was wondering why it was cut off.
Not really sure why. That ball was on line and had good steam.
It really did. They had a shot at Marsh if the first baseman gets out of the way, but it's an RBI sac fly for Austin Hayes, his second RBI of the game.
Really, the only shot they had was to let that ball go through. No other runners to have to worry about moving up.
Now it's 7-1.
Only thing is, if the first baseman felt that the momentum of that ball was dying and that it was going to hit the front of the mound where it would slow down, then he has to cut that ball.
I was just going to say, the comment I was going to make on Vincent is you kind of wonder, he's listed as an infielder, if he's playing left field so he can get in the lineup.
Yeah, it could be playing
Good
out of
hitter.
position. It was a 3-base error that's led to this run so far.
Pitch is inside 1-1 now to Chandler Rodriguez, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to second. The 1-1 on the way from Guerra. And this is up high, 2-1.
Rodriguez looking to start a new rally with 1 out.
Base is now empty. A run already in for the Hawks, and the inning popped up into short center, and the second baseman Navarrete will call off the center fielder Suarez. Will make the catch for the second out. 2 outs. Here's Charlie Salad. 2 singles, 2 runs scored, and an RBI today for the Spruce Creek third baseman. Another run in the inning for Spruce Creek. They lead at 7-1.
Well, no balls, no strike count on the batter.
And the first pitch is low, 1-0. Left-handed hitting Sala. One of the few seniors on this Spruce Creek team. Oh, no, swing and a miss by Sala, now even at 1-1. Both bullpens have finished working. 1-1 is in the dirt, 2-1. Spruce Creek with the, looks like the South Carolina logo, which in this last night, which isn't bad. They won the last 2 College World Series championships. Maybe Spruce Creek can add a state baseball title to that. Swing and a miss off 2-2.
Well, high schools in Southern California that have that SC. It's
There
a
it
different
is.
type of a bold logo, but common to use no matter what color. That emulation of a powerful traditional program.
2-2. Hit down the left field line, gets out of play. Down to the Tiki Bar, and it remains 2-2. That's 9:15. We're on track for an early night tonight, maybe before 10 o'clock.
Thanks for the potential jinx there,
Yeah,
Marty.
I know. Yeah, you know what? Everybody says that. I don't worry about such things.
That's
okay. Deuces, 2-2 with 2 outs to number 2. He hits it right back to the pitcher. And Guerra to first. Oh, scooped up by Garabadian. Almost threw it away. And that'll end the bottom of the 5th. Another run in the inning for Spruce Creek on no hits. A big 3-base error. Nobody left on base. We head now to the 6th. Spruce Creek 7, Columbus 1 in our 8A state championship game here on the FHSAA network. We'll be back to Port St. Lucie in 1 minute.
To purchase photos from the 2012 FHSAA Baseball Finals, visit Glossy Finish Photography on the World Wide Web at FHSAA.glossyfinish.com. You can then order prints and posters for players online. But why wait? Find a Glossy Finish brand ambassador in a red vest, and they can make sure your favorite player has their photo taken. Glossy Finish, official photographer of the FHSAA Finals.
All right, we go to the top of the 6th, and Spruce Creek leads Columbus 7-1 in our 8A state championship game. Marty Palm and Mark Schembeck back with you from Port St. Lucie, Digital Domain Park. And Griffin Fuller will continue on the mound for the Spruce Creek Hawks as we wait for our TV folks to get ready. And we're back to action with Montpierre leading off. Walk and a strikeout, 0 for 1 for him today. 4, 5, and 6 for the Columbus Explorers. Good breaking pitch in from Fuller for a strike. He's ahead 0-1. Fuller working quickly, and that time throws behind him, and that actually did hit Montpierre. I guess it got him in the back of the foot. So Montpierre reaches for the second time today. He's been hit by a pitch, and he's walked. So we'll head to first, lead off the top of the 6th.
Marty, it's a play like that that make coaches lose their hair.
Yeah.
You got a 6-run lead. You get ahead in a strike, and I mean, he wasn't throwing near him, but the ball just choked it or something. Bad release. Got a base runner now.
So here is Mike Vincent, the left fielder, who's hit to a double play. He struck out 0 for 2 today. Had a bit of a tough day as Vincent had that error last inning as well in left field, which led to a run. Up high, 2-0. And now a quick meeting. And here comes Johnny Goodrich.
Jordan Brown, the heady catcher, knew to go out and have a talk with his pitcher, but Coach Goodrich wants a word of his own. Maybe a little more stern in the manner of language with a 6-run lead when he talks to his starting pitcher. It's like, hey, you got a 6-run lead, son. Just throw the ball over the plate. Let us do the work. Let your defense help you. You're all right, right? Yeah, let's go.
Coach Weber talking to his hitters, and now you see the Spruce Creek bullpen. You got lefties and righties, but they're wearing jackets. Doesn't make me think that they're going to be entering the game anytime soon, but maybe just
not used to seeing a coach go onto the field with it for a talk without his hat on. I wonder what the deal is there.
Yeah, you're right. It was a little different. He had his helmet with him, but he didn't really put it on.
That's his coaching helmet.
So 2-0 with a runner at first, nobody out to Vincent, and that's a strike.
Maybe he was getting a little camera mug time there, you know?
Only in baseball can you really do that. The 2-1, and that's in the left field base hit. Well, here comes Columbus.
You can't fault him for that. He got the ground ball. It just happened to be in the hole. If it's over another 5 degrees, it's right at the shortstop, and they start the 6-4-3 double play ball.
7 hits, and there you see Coach Goodrich. 7 hits for the Explorers now. They've been out hit 8-7. They trail 7-1.
He's having a good hair day with that helmet off.
So first and second, but Columbus still with plenty of time here in this game to get back in at the top of the 6th, down 7-1. Garabedian at the plate is hit to fly ball to left and walk. He's 0 for 1. Breaking pitches low and inside, 1-0.
Well, I respect Christopher Columbus High School Explorers' approach right now at the plate. Down 6 runs, they're being very patient.
The 1-0 on the way from Fuller, hit into center field. Here comes Spivey. He's got to play at second, with a good job of Montpierre to get back in, standing up. Nice running catch again. Zach Spivey playing a great center field, and we've seen plenty of fine plays by this Spruce Creek outfield.
Marty, as finesse-oriented as that umpire is out there, I noticed Montpierre slightly passed the bag as he was running back so quickly.
Well,
his front foot went past the bag. His back foot came off for just a moment. No tag was applied, so no chance of him being called out. But
1 out. Here is Mike Obregon, who has singled and hit into a double play, scored a run, 1 for 2. And interesting, we saw a runner, Spivey, in fact, get thrown out back in the 4th inning, trying to stretch a single to a double, just foul down the third base line. He was called out for maybe sliding past second base. So,
and that's what I was referring to. Is it
exactly.
didn't take much.
So 0-1 to Obregon.
Well, as you see here, the emphasis of the meeting at the pitcher's mound was there is no defense for the walk. So you've got to throw strikes, and he has done so. Got 1 out of 2 for the next 2 batters.
And in the dirt, stopped by Brown. It's 1-1.
Outfield respectively playing deep now.
Now we have Bobby Luch, a right-hander. He is warming up down there for Spruce Creek. Getting ready a little bit quicker now.
Is he not related to Nuke Lelouch, huh?
No, just Luch.
Just Luch, okay.
L-O-O-S-C-H. Right-hander. Nuke Lelouch. L-A-L-O-U-C. I don't really know how it was spelled.
I just figured.
Great movie.
Meat.
Meat. 1-1. It's chopped foul again near the bullpen. It's 1-2. Almost a backhanded stop by the Spruce Creek player down there. It's 1-2, and I think my favorite part of that movie is when he shakes off Crash Davis and finally gives him the pitch. He hits home runs. Like, you shake off any more pitches? No. Loses a no-hitter. 1-2. Popped up on the infield. And this will be a play.
Infield fly if it's fair.
Yeah, and Casey Bell, the first baseman, makes the play. 2 outs. Obregon pops up.
Well, I noticed something. The second baseman made an awkward gesture with his arm there, perhaps trying to tip a pitch off. Sometimes that can help. Sometimes that can be distracting.
All right, 2 outs. And we're going to have a pinch hitter for the catcher, Chris Perez. This will be Brent Diaz.
Brent Diaz, a sophomore outfielder, 6 foot. Batted just over 300 on the regular season coming into this 2-game series.
Diaz started in left field last night, was 0 for 2, struck out twice. He hits for Perez, who was 1 for 2, the catcher. And the pitch a little bit high, 1-0 from Fuller. Spruce Creek fans wanted the call. That's 1-0. Inning started with Montpierre hit by a pitch, Vincent singles, but then Garabedian lined out to center, and Obregon popped up to first. Swing and a miss by Diaz, and it's 1-1. And Diaz batting near 300, as you said, does have a couple home runs, 15 RBIs for Columbus. 1-1 on the way. In the dirt again, a good stop by Jordan Brown. It's 2-1.
No doubles in the outfield, playing very deep.
And the 2-1 on the way is hit into center field. Backing up is Spivey, and he will make the play. And after the first 2 batters reached for Columbus, Griffin Fuller gets the next 3 in a row. No runs, 1 hit, a hit batter, no errors, 2 left on base. To the bottom of the 6th we go. Spruce Creek 7 and Columbus 1 in our 8A state championship game here on the FHSAA network. Back to Port St. Lucie in 60 seconds.
Field Turf, as the world's largest artificial turf company, you will find Field Turf in many major sports stadiums. But there are no differences between a field installed at a professional stadium and one installed at a high school. Field Turf has proven time and time again to be the safest, highest performing, and most durable surface on the planet. Field Turf, the ultimate surface experience.
All right, we go to the bottom of the 6th, and 7-1. Spruce Creek leads Columbus, and the Spruce Creek Hawks are 3 outs away from the first state baseball title in the history of their school, but they have a chance to get a few more runs here against Ryan Guerra. 6, 7, and 8, it'll be Jordan Brown, Casey Bell, Thad Adamek coming up for Spruce Creek in the bottom of the 6th. Johnny Goodrich out of Embry-Riddle in Daytona, a Daytona guy, played at New Smyrna Beach High School. Boy, he's had a successful career at Spruce Creek. In first year, 1999, went 9-21, but then he went 23-9, 21-10, 22-8, 20-9, regional semifinals 3 out of 4 years. Left Spruce Creek in 2005, went to Merritt Island and took them to the regional semis 3 years in a row, 24-6 and 26-3, and then back to Spruce Creek in 2009. So he's been a successful coach. Now a chance to get Spruce Creek its first state title. Also, this is his first appearance in the state semifinal round. There's a strike to Brown, 0-1.
Yeah, Coach Goodrich, no doubt, has put a lot of time and effort into this program. It would be nice for him to take home his first state championship.
And for a strike, and it's quickly 0-2 to Brown. popped up that'll make it into the seats. I don't know if that made the press box or not. It's still 0-2. To the count to Brown, and he hits one to second. Navarrete makes the catch on the line drive. Brown was 2 for 2. He's 2 for 3 now. Had 2 singles and RBI today, and he lines out this time to Navarrete, 1 out. There's Casey Bell 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly to right. Now it looks like we have a different right-hander. Now it looks like Kyle Marsh is throwing down there.
Not surprising me at all.
6 innings yesterday, and he may pitch the 7th inning tonight and clinch the state championship for Spruce Creek. 1-0 the count to Casey Bell. 1-0 from Guerra is a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. And I guess that's appropriate, the season he's had.
Well, he's a high-energy kid. He runs on heavy adrenaline.
1-1.
Extreme competitor.
Hit off the end of the bat to first. Garabedian has it, quickly 2 outs. And there he is. Kyle Marsh, the big right-hander, sophomore. Looks like he is going to come into the top of the 7th, getting ready quickly now, as there's already 2 outs.
He won't need many.
6 innings yesterday. Gave up 2 hits, no runs. And no walks, only 7 strikeouts. Although he started the game with the first 4-out strikeouts.
This offensive conference was all about giving Kyle Marsh a few more warm-up tosses.
Dan Adamek has 1 for 2 with a fly to right, a single, and a run scored in the 4th. Spruce Creek gets 3 in the 1st, 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th. Columbus's only run comes in the 2nd inning, and Columbus really had their chance early in the game. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 1st. Mike Vincent hits into a double play. Bases loaded, 1 out in the 2nd. They only get 1 run out of it, and after that, Griffin Fuller has really settled down. Allowed only 2 hits since then. Allowed only 4 base runners. 1-0 the count to Adamek. That's in for a strike, 1-1.
Well, it's going to be nice for Marsh to get a chance to be on the mound with all the cameras on. We'll see if he can control his adrenaline and turn it to a positive for himself.
And for a strike, 1-2 to Adamek. And Kyle Marsh, the story for Kyle Marsh really started becoming a bit of legend as we got into the playoffs in the dirt 2-2 with the no-hitter in the district championship against Haggerty. It actually was 4-1. They scored a run in that game. And then in the regional semifinal, quarterfinal against Flagler Palm Coast, a 1-0 no-hitter. Against Haggerty, Marsh came in relief and got the win as Spruce Creek rallied to win 4-3. Hit to short, and a big throw across in time by Laz Rivera as Adamek is out 6-3, and Spruce Creek goes 1-2-3.
We'll get a good shot at Marsh's warm-up tosses when we come back.
So Kyle Marsh will come in and try to finish it up for Spruce Creek. We go to the top of the 7th. The Hawks are 3 outs away from a state championship. They lead Columbus 7-1 in our 8A state championship game here on the FHSAA network. We'll be back in 1 minute.
Now pitching for Spruce Creek, number 8, Kyle Marsh.
All right, top of the 7th. Marty Palm and Mark Schambeck with you from Port St. Lucie in the 8A state championship game, and Kyle Marsh is on the mound.
Nick Ray is hitting.
Okay. So we have a pinch hitter leading off for Columbus. This will be Nick Reyes batting for Suarez, the center fielder. And the numbers on Marsh as the first pitch misses 1-0. He's 11-0 now on the season. ERA is down around .4. 6 innings last night, allowed 2 hits, no runs, only 4 earned runs all season. He now has 106 strikeouts, 24 walks. Swing and a miss. Boy, he throws mid-90s, and that's over. And Bass Reyes for strike 1-1. 6 innings pitched for Griffin Fuller, and 7 hits, 1 run allowed. It was 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He hit 1 batter, but really pitched much better after the first 2 innings. 1-1 for Marsh. Swing and a miss by Reyes, not even close. 1-2.
Reyes sitting around on the bench for a good 6 innings, gets his chance to hit.
Thanks.
Oh, and thank you.
Yes.
Hi, this is Kyle Marsh.
Thanks, Coach. Hey, at least I'm getting in a state championship game.
Well, he's getting his hacks in. That's the main thing, and we'll see. Anything can happen right here.
Quick 1-2, and then he throws a nasty slider. No chance for Reyes to get that one, and he swings it one outside the strike zone, 1 out. Well, can't really say much about that pitch.
I've only seen one high school pitcher that has been as electric to me as Marsh, and that was Josh Beckett when he was a junior playing at a high school in Texas. And retired Charlie Kerfeld took him to a tournament out in Grand Forks, British Columbia that we were playing in, and he just mowed down the Japanese national team that he was pitching against.
Charlie Kerfeld, the former Astro reliever. 1-0, fouled back to the backstop. 1-1. Rivera 1 for 2. He's flown to right, driven in a run with a sac fly and a single. Well, Josh Beckett's done pretty good for himself. 2 World Series titles. World Series MVP with the Marlins in 2003 and shut up the Yankees in Game 6. And not a bad career, the guy out of Texas.
Yeah, when he's not eating fried chicken or golfing, he's an outstanding pitcher on the hill.
As long as he pitches well, I don't care what he eats or drinks, to tell you the truth, and plays golf. Well, most pitchers play golf anyway, I think. 1-2. Well, Rivera just kind of threw his bat at it, and he was able to knock it into right field for a base hit.
That's a nice approach, not trying to do too much. Just putting the barrel of the bat on the ball.
8th hit of the game for Columbus. Rivera has 2 hits. By the way, at shortstop now is, I have number 18 on my roster here. Number 18 has gone to short. Well, Marsh went from short to the pitcher's mound. Here's Frank Navarrete, who is 1 for 3 today. That's the first pitch for a ball, 1-0. Fly ball into right field. And now moving in, making the catch, is Darrell Whaley. And now 2 outs and 1 more out to go for a state title for the Spruce Creek Hawks. Navarrete 1 for 4, and it'll be up to Danny Lynch to keep the game going for Columbus.
Well, the key right now for Kyle Marsh is to live in the moment, do what he does best, get focused, zone in on his teammate since he was 9 years old, Jordan Brown, and just hit the glove, location, location. He's got all the stuff in the world. If he throws the ball where he means to, it's going to be a short at bat right here.
Left-hander Lynch 1 for 3 today, a single in the first, 2 flyouts after that, breaking pitch outside 1-0. That's actually Walker Bailey at shortstop, number 18. So he comes in. He was shortstop last night with Marsh on the mound. 1-0 the count, runner at first, 2 outs. The pitch popped foul. It'll make it into the stands off to the left, and it's 1-1. And hits some empty seats as usual.
Well, Danny Lynch not one in his season at the hands of Kyle Marsh battling.
1-1, 2 outs. Spruce Creek 1 out away from the 8A state championship.
Lynch, a senior infielder.
And the baseball just came flying back in from the crowd.
What the heck? Ooh.
Usually you can keep those here if you'd like. That one almost hit the catcher and the batter. Interesting. I think maybe some frustrated Columbus fans. Swing and a miss by Lynch, 1-2. Hard to tell, but Yeah, and they're going to get ejected. Police and the security are on it here. One more strike now for Kyle Marsh and Spruce Creek. 1-2 the count. And Marsh's pitch is fouled off to the left. Lynch stays alive down in the bullpen. Remains 1-2. There you see Kyle Marsh. Went 2 more years John Goodrich has with this pitcher. The UCF commitment. We'll see if that holds up for 2 more years. The 1-2 on the way. Lynch hits it into center field. That's going to be trouble. That's going to get in front of Spivey for a base hit. Into third is Rivera. And a couple of hits in the inning for Columbus. They have first and third with 2 outs.
Nice job of bearing down right there by Danny Lynch. Just refused to end his season.
He has 2 hits tonight. Columbus now has out-hit Spruce Creek 9-8, but just haven't had the hits in key situations, and we have had a young man escorted out of Digital Domain Park.
Well, Nelson Montpierre, the sophomore.
Yeah, he has an interesting night tonight. A walk, a strikeout, and a hit by pitch. So he's 0 for 1. He's reached base twice. Lynch has 2 hits tonight. Rivera has 2 hits for Columbus.
Montpierre, the DH, plays catcher when he plays a position.
Columbus trying to keep it alive here, down 7-1. First and third, 2 outs. Almost hit him. Marsh pitches inside, and it's 1-0.
Again, you're asking yourself, just wear it. Just wear it and get on base. You need 6 runs. We need base runners here. Of course, it's easier to say than to just stand there and take a pitch.
1-0. That's right down the middle. First strike, 1-1. We're approaching 2 hours now of our play in this 8A championship game. 1-1 on the way. Popped up into left field. Moving in is Hayes. Now Hayes will stop. He'll make the catch. And the Spruce Creek Hawks are the 8A state champions for 2012. The Hawks celebrating near the pitcher's mound. And what do you know? At the bottom of that pile somewhere is Kyle Marsh, who pitches the final inning of the final game of the season to win the first state championship in the history of the Spruce Creek baseball program.
Well, Marty, hats off to Fuller, who bared down, got 6 innings in, didn't give in when things got tough. You know, he turned it on and made some excellent pitches. Found his groove, got the game to the 7th inning.
So for Spruce Creek, 7 runs, 8 hits, and no errors. Griffin Fuller gets the win and ends his season at 9-1 with 6 innings pitched, allowed 7 hits and 1 run, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. And Kyle Marsh pitches the final inning, gives up 2 hits, no walks, 1 strikeout. And on the Columbus side, 1 run, 9 hits, and 3 errors. And in the end tonight, Columbus leaves 9 on base. And that was the big story as well. And they also committed 3 errors. And Luis Collazo will pick up the loss, go in the first 3 innings. He ends his season 6-2. Ryan Guerra went 3 innings in relief as well. Spruce Creek, state champions for the first time in the history of the baseball program at 28-4. Congratulations to Coach Johnny Goodrich and the Spruce Creek Hawks. Columbus' season win here in the state championship game. The 3rd time they've been a runner-up in the history of their program at 28-5. There you see Spruce Creek congratulating themselves, and really, again, for the 2nd night in a row. Last night against Timber Creek, Spruce Creek gets 2 in the 1st, then they extend it to 7-0. Tonight, 3 runs in the 1st, and then they extend it with a 3-run 4th. That made it 6-1, and after that they were able to roll to a 7-1 win. A reminder, if you want a DVD of this game or any game in the 2012 FHSAA Baseball Finals, go to FHSASports.com. All right, we will start over again tomorrow at 10 a.m. with the 2A semifinals and 1A semifinals later in the day. This has been a production of Play On Sports and the FHSAA Network. For Mark Schambeck, Mike Radout, and our entire crew here in Port St. Lucie, I'm Marty Paulman saying so long. Congratulations to the Spruce Creek Hawks out of Port Orange. They win the 8A state championship 7-1 over Miami Columbus. Good night from Port St. Lucie.